Be watchful. Stand firm in the faith. Act like men. Be strong. 1 Corinthians 16:13. That's a passage of scripture that's been speaking to my heart the last year. Be watchful. Stand firm in the faith. Act like men. Be strong. I haven't been strong. I haven't been acting like a man. I hadn't been watchful. And I definitely wasn't standing firm in the faith. And because I failed in so many of these areas, I've seen my life get out of order. I've seen my life go into a place of despair. I've seen my self-confidence evaporate. I've seen my body shrivel up, sickness manifest. I've seen my marriage get shattered to the brink of almost devastation. But thanks be to God, who works all things out for the good of those who love him, that he can restore all things, that he can rebuild all things, that he can encourage anyone that's in a down place. And men, if you're like me, you're in your 30s, in my case, late 30s, you're married, you got kids, you work, you probably don't feel like you're firing on all cylinders. You probably don't feel like you're reaching your goals, that the vision that you set for your life is way off there somewhere in the ether and you're never going to reach it. You know your relationship is in a bad place with your spouse. You know it. You know it. You don't laugh like you used to. You don't have joy like you used to. You don't have sex like you used to. Your wife nags you. She complains. She wants your attention, but you're too busy doing your own things or just too depressed to get off the couch or your phone or your video games that you're not giving her the attention she needs. And I'll tell you what, she needs it. But you've been beat down. You're busy with your kids and after school programs. You're busy with your obligations to your job or to other activities, to your church, whatever it might be. And you feel like a total failure. And you feel unloved, you don't feel respected at all, especially not in your home. And you feel weak and small. I know you do. Don't lie to me about it. I know that's how you feel. I've been there. Heck, I'm still coming through that. But you know what's getting me through it? The only thing, aside from the Lord and some good men in my life, is learning to take accountability for my own life. You're afraid to take accountability for everything that's wrong in your life. You're afraid to take accountability for all that's wrong in your marriage and your relationships. You're afraid to take accountability for your debt and your financial ruin and your difficulties in paying bills and feeling like you're earning enough to live a good life, to give your wife the life you want to give her and your kids the opportunities you want to give them. And you're worried, what kind of school are my kids going to go to? Are we going to be able to afford college or university? Are they going to be able to do the sports, the activities, the after-school things that will be best for them to develop socially, morally, physically, mentally? And are you able to spend some money on you to get yourself the help you need? Maybe it's counseling. Maybe it's a gym membership. Maybe it's a trip somewhere, a fishing trip, a surf trip, a snowboard trip, just a trip away, just for you to spend some time alone as a man, but you can't because you haven't taken accountability for your life. But here's the thing. If you could look yourself in the mirror, and I mean really look yourself in the mirror, just shut the door, lock the door, strip down, and look at yourself in the mirror. Look in your eyes. Look at your face. Look at your upper body and see, is this the man that you envisioned for your life when you were a teenager or when you're entering college? Is this who you thought you would be? Is there life in your eyes that you thought would be there? Is there muscle on your frame that you thought should be there? Is there a confidence in the way you stand and in your demeanor that you always wanted? Or is that person staring back at you the worst version of yourself, the weakest version of yourself? the softest version of yourself. And if that's the case, I want you to be men today. I want you to stand firm in your faith. I want you to take accountability for your life and say, it's my fault that everything is wrong. It's my fault that my body is soft. It's my fault that I'm fat and obese. It's my fault that I can't run. It's my fault that I can't fight and defend my family if something were to happen. It's my fault my wife's lost all respect for me. It's my fault she's not attracted to me anymore. It's my fault that I've lost the respect of my peers and my brothers, my cousins, my friends. It's my fault that I'm not who I should be to my children, that I'm not their hero. It's my fault that I don't have an abundance of money. It's my fault that I don't have investments, that I'm not set up for the future. It's my fault that I can't take my family on a trip for 2 weeks and not worry about it. It's my fault. It's my fault that I'm sick and depressed and broken inside. And listen to me, you may have been betrayed. And you have maybe been wronged. And you may have been stabbed in the back. Listen to me, I know it. I know the feeling. I know what it can do to your soul and your heart. I know it. Maybe you've been robbed. Maybe you've been cheated on. Maybe life just hasn't gone the way you thought, and you say, God, how could this happen to me? How can I be cursed like this? I want you to know something. God has never left you. He's never forsaken you. But He's demanding something of you. He's demanding that you take accountability for your life. Because you and only you can help you. If you choose to be miserable, depressed, and broken for the rest of your life, that's what you're going to be. And your marriage will implode. Your children will lose all respect for you. Your finances will never get sorted out. Your debt will only increase. Your body will only continue to deteriorate in sickness and disease and obesity and weakness, and your mind will be tormented day and night. But if you can say, I am the master of my destiny. God has called me to act like a man, to be strong, to be watchful, to stand firm in my faith. I can become anything I want to be. In fact, I can do all things because Christ Himself gives me strength. If you can see that in your life, even if you're not a believer, if you can see that potential in you, that you can make a shift in your mind to become something more than you are today, then follow me and subscribe to this channel. And I'll show you the way to life everlasting. I'll show you the way to fullness of life, to purpose, to accomplishing your vision, and becoming the man you know you can be, that you deserve to be, that you can be an example to everyone else in your life, to your children, to your wife, and make her desire you and want you. And I'll tell you, once you get that, boy, I got that. I got that. My wife desires me. Well, and it's a game changer when you have the respect and the desire of your wife. It fuels you with confidence, man. It makes you feel invincible. But there's more than just that. You need the desire for yourself to succeed. You need to have that vision for your life so clear and your goals laid out so defined. And have a ruthlessness in your soul that says, I will reach my goals come hell or high water. And I will have everything I ever desired, no matter how bad the world gets with war, with despots like Putin, like coronavirus, whatever. If you have a resolve in your heart that says, I will not be shaken, I will not be moved, I will accomplish my life's vision and goals, and I will have the discipline to do what must be done, then follow me. And I want to help you get there as I get there to the fullness. We all have a long way to go, but man, you ain't getting any younger. Time ain't going any slower. And so you need to master it now. You need to master yourself so that you can master time. And so that you can be the author of your own destiny because God has called you to that. You know why I say that? It's because God said, be fruitful. Fill the earth and subdue it. And I'm telling you, you haven't even mastered yourself. You haven't subdued yourself. You haven't even filled yourself with joy and peace and rest. Instead, you have anxiety, fear, worry, depression, and lack filling your heart and soul. But that is not the way of a man. And women, this goes for you too. This is the way of life, is to master your emotions, become disciplined, and reach your goals today. Let's get it.